How you doing? My name is Zach Allen. I'm a golf professional in Valencia, California. I'm going to share a great tip with you to help you hit the ball farther. It's one of the most important stretches you can attain in golf. Let me explain to you how it works first. There's an important angle in the golf swing. It's called lead arm abduction. Here's my lead arm because I'm right-handed. It's basically the angle between my shoulders and my lead arm here. And right now it's at about 90 degrees. Well, we see the best golfers in the world, the ones who are hitting the ball the farthest by using their pivot and using the ground properly. We see first this lead arm abduct across their chest slightly in the backswing. But the key move is in transition, the lead arm actually abducts more across the chest as they start down. So the drill I want you guys to do so you can start to feel that stretch, it'll really help those of you who are coming over the top or casting from the top, is take your right hand, put it up against the heel pad of your left hand, swing it up to the top of your backswing, and provide a little bit of resistance here, holding the club and lead arm in position as I go ahead and turn into my arms in the downswing. That's the exact stretch and feel that your great players feel as they go to initiate the downswing to hit it the farthest. So I'm holding my lead arm up, initiating with my lower body, and if you watch here, my lead arm is abducting more into myself as I start down. In other words, I'm leaving my arms up. I'm saving the energy in my arms until I come through for impact. So when you go home, I want you to start by doing that drill a few times, getting a sense of that stretch. I feel it across my lead arm, into my lat, and all the way down my left side as I'm starting down. It's a very powerful feeling. I can feel my body coming alive because it wants to rotate and use the ground powerfully. From there, now my left arm is going to be wanting to spring off my chest as I come through. So a few rehearsals like that at home first. When you get to the range, I would suggest doing it with a shorter club. I've got a 9-iron here. Up to the top, maybe rehearse it a couple times to get that sensation, and then go ahead and strike it. Once you start getting that stretch in your golf swing, I guarantee more yards will be coming quickly.
So here's a look at that lead arm abduction angle in My Swing 3D. We've got Tom Pertzer, one of the best drivers of the ball on the PGA Tour for a very long period of time. You can see here by this model at address, looking at it from different angles, lead arm abduction is the relationship between your lead arm and a line drawn across your shoulders. So he begins there at 65 degrees. Okay, from there, you're going to see that angle get smaller and smaller as he rotates to the top. And he reaches top of backswing position at about 30 degrees. Now he's transitioning, angle still getting smaller. So the smallest that angle gets there is about 26. Now it starts to open up. Very different from what most amateurs are doing. So one more time to the top. Decreasing angle as he nears the top. A little overhead view of it. And then watch closely in transition as that lead arm abducts more across his chest till about halfway down in the downswing. Okay, an amateur example here, roughly a 16 handicap. Average distance with his 6-iron was about 140 yards. So angle starts at 59 degrees at address, and as he swings it back to the top of his backswing, you can see the smallest part of the angle here, top of backswing, is at 28. But different than the professional, notice how the angle only opens up as he starts down. So we did not see that lead arm abduct more into him or more across his chest. Anytime I see some of my students doing this, and especially when we put them on My Swing 3D, something detrimental is going to happen in the downswing, whether it be casting, whether it be over the top. In his particular case, his upper body and head move forward and in front of the golf ball, lowering his ball flight, causing a lot of mishits. But very important to get that lead arm stretch in transition. Rory McIlroy from behind here with the driver. Let's take a look at that lead arm angle as he nears the top of his backswing. So let's pay close attention here too. Here's the angle of his shoulders. Here's roughly where his lead arm at the top of backswing position. So watch as he starts down. Watch how that angle gets smaller. Or in other words, he's turning into his lead arm. Using the ground to initiate, that's the beginning of that stretch shorten cycle. That muscle gets stretched so it can begin to release and swing faster through the golf ball. But it all happens there first in transition. Also very beneficial in what helps to lower the hands and arms onto the swing plane as he starts down. Alvaro Quiros, one of the longest drivers on the European Tour, watch as he gets to the top of his backswing. Something important to remember as you work on this, make sure that the right elbow is getting more external or moving in front of you as you transition. We do not want the arms to get behind our body as we go to let that lead arm abduct in transition. So you can see how nicely their lead arm's abducting, but right arm's getting more inward. That allows him to keep his elbows in front of his rib cage as he starts down. Another great view from the top here of Rickie Fowler hitting a driver. Another great driver of the ball. And you can see here as we watch in transition, I want you to pay particular attention to his middle back region here. You watch as he leaves his arms up in transition. Check out the stretch that's occurring there between the lower and the upper body as he starts down. That's why this move is so powerful and why you see smaller players like him hitting the ball so far. You can see there, you watch two areas here closely. Watch his lead arm abduct here into his chest as he starts down, and check out the stretch that's occurring in his lower and middle back region, just amplifying that power for the downswing. That's a perfect example of that stretch shorten cycle that we're trying to create. We're stretching that muscle here in transition, and as that muscle starts to want to spring off our chest as we come through, that's where the club really releases with the most power and energy.
Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that, but this video is just the beginning. I've put together an entire video series with just one goal in mind, to get you hitting it longer, straighter, and more consistently. And here's the best part. You can watch the entire thing free of charge. All you have to do is click the link right here in the corner. And I'll also put a link down below in the description, just below this video. So go ahead and click the link right now, and I'll see you on the other side.